What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP or Ripple to US dollar. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers for some Crypto TV merch. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's right around the corner. I think we just broke 4,800 subs. So thank all of you guys for subscribing. The giveaway is literally within the next week or two. So thank you all for subscribing and giving support to the channel, and this is just a small way to give back to all of you guys for making this possible. So thanks again. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about today. Obviously, you guys saw what happened after I posted yesterday's video. Litecoin shot up to $60, a very, very, very big jump from where it was. And I do want to talk about the aspect and the fact that we did break bullish. You know, Bitcoin and Litecoin broke bullish today, or yesterday. Ethereum broke bullish. A lot of these coins broke bullish. XRP broke bullish. So I definitely want to discuss all of those things that happened and where we could potentially see it climbing up to or falling lower. But otherwise, let's kind of just jump into that. So I'm on the coin market cap. You can see market cap of 224 billion, 24-hour volume 17, Bitcoin dominance 51.8. So I think it was 228 billion yesterday. So about 4 billion has dropped from the current exchanges. You can see 24-hour volume is 17, and I believe we were up over 20 billion in 24-hour volume. So we're definitely seeing a dip of that as well, which is interesting too. And then we're seeing Bitcoin dominance kind of stay neutral, or where it was yesterday, if not drop a little lower. So reason being, we're seeing this that was weird. Reason we're seeing the 24-hour volume so low is kind of because things are cooling off and we're seeing consolidation, and the fact that the market cap is kind of plummeting. We're kind of seeing this you know, the after effect, the after wave of the crypto market. When we see some massive movements upwards, it usually calls for a pullback of some sort, because these massive bullish breakouts are not sustainable and they have to kind of retrace at some point or another. So as you can see, the market for the most part is kind of in a consolidation period, in a more, I would consider it a retracement period. Nothing is truly down by much, 2 or 3% at most. Obviously, let's look at these top 10 coins. You can see majority of the market is in red though, but not by much. Bitcoin only down by 0.16. Otherwise, everything else stellar, taking the biggest hit at down 5%. Tether seems to still be up. Cardano down 4%. Litecoin barely even down anything, 0.2%. So things look good. Nice to see Litecoin finally above $60. I'm sure a lot of you guys are very proud of that. If you guys bought at, you know, $45, $50, you're definitely up a decent amount of money. So I'm proud of all those who invested when we were discussing that. Otherwise, let's move on to a Litecoin. So a bunch of stuff to definitely get into with Litecoin. So as you guys can see, we did have this uptrend that was forming right here, and we've been tracking this and tracing this for the past couple of days in recent times. So you can see that we do have this uptrend, and we were tracking how this would react with the $55 resistance, as well as that high-low middle moving average. So I'm just going to zoom in, kind of extend this out so we can get a better look at what exactly happened. You guys can see we have this uptrend. You can see the $55 mark was a huge area of resistance on the 4-hour and on the daily too. And you can see as we managed to get closer, built our way up in the small ascending triangle, we built enough volume. A lot of volume was injected into crypto and into Litecoin specifically, and it bursted us up above that $55, which I was anticipating. Now you can see we broke right through that. We broke above our current resistance of that high-low middle moving average, which we can now use as support, which is good. So that's very nice to see. And then we shot up even higher, went up to this resistance, the next resistance at like $58, $59, around that level, closer to the 60, but 60 is a little bit higher up. So I'd say around 58.70 seems to be where I consider the next resistance to be. So you can see how we then started another candle at $58 on the 4-hour, broke below. So for 4 hours, we're actually trading below $58. And then you can see the third candle, another 4 hours later, we trended right back up. You can see the slow consolidation right there on the RSI. traded back down and then exploded through that with enough force to get us quite high. And then obviously being the fact that we did come very close to being overbought. You can see right here, we needed to consolidate, pull back down. I believe Bitcoin was also overbought on the market as well. So the retracement period was necessary in the short term. You can see that's why we have this pullback right now. Obviously now using $58 as a support, and we bounced quite nicely off of that. And we do have much more room to move up much higher. You can see just today we were up almost 61 something, 61.70, 61.65. So we're definitely moving up. You can see a very nice movement overall. And then if I just jump to the daily, one thing I noticed was this double bottom sort of thing that happened, which is very interesting to note. So check this out. So a double bottom pretty much happened. I'm just going to draw it like this right here. And then we see the other double bottom right there. So there are two double bottoms that formed, and that pretty much led to this massive movement upward. You could see we've had support at around $50 even though we did at some point break below 50. We held 50 pretty strong. And you can see that when we retested $50, we shot up, came back down, retested it for a second time, and then we exploded back up. Now this actually created two things. So that is why I am noticing that movement upwards and was anticipating a run due to the fact that we did double bottom. The second thing is the fact that we are actually out of a 9-month overall downtrend, which is huge for Litecoin, in my opinion. So as I just zoom out here, you can see this downtrend. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's just leave that there. Jump over here. As you guys can see, that this downtrend, this yellow downtrend, has been all the way on the market ever since December 2017, December 18th of 2017. So quite a bit of time. I think around 9 months, if anybody wants to do the calculation for me. But about 9 months of this, downtrend. This correction, we could call it, not necessarily a bubble, but in a way it could be considered a bubble. Let me know in the comments down below if you think this cryptocurrency was a bubble. I know we did talk about it in a few videos ago, if the US economy is in a bubble, and you guys gave me a bunch of different answers, and I did read them, so I appreciate all you guys for commenting. I read all the comments. Hopefully you guys can keep it more positive, but totally up to you. It's really, any comment's a comment. So as you guys can see, we did manage to break up bullish from that. We broke through the downtrend, which is beautiful. And you can see we're currently trying to move back up to that high-low MMA. So truly, in the next week or two, I can see Litecoin reattempting to visit some previous highs at around $75. Like, I really don't see any other path for Litecoin to go. We did break bullish. I'd be very shocked if we then corrected and went back down to $50 and bounced off that and then traded up. It's very possible, but it does seem with breaking out of that downtrend, we should potentially be heading to around $72, $75 in that region. So definitely keep an eye out on that. It's definitely an awesome movement to now start seeing some sort of accumulation happen. Maybe not a bullish 8 months, an 8-month period of just bullish behavior, but at least an accumulation zone where we can conquer previous highs that we've had. Maybe not all-time highs, but some previous highs. It would definitely help a lot of people's confidence with cryptocurrency. So another thing to point out is we're now looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, and as you guys can see, there is for sure an Elliott wave forming. Hopefully that is clear enough for the majority of you. You can see that we have a starting point. We went to A, B, C right here. Then we went down to D. Right in the middle, you can see a double bottom sort of taken place, and then we shot right up. What's interesting to note is we are setting higher lows, which means that each time we come down, we go higher than the previous low in the past. So you can see this was around $5,990. The next low was $6,150. The next one was like 62. And I can clarify that on the daily charts, but it does look very nice to me, and it seems like what I said is actually coming true by technical analysis, preparing, using the Elliott wave. It seems like we're headed right up for E, so I would not be surprised if we see a $6,800 Bitcoin very, very, very soon. Obviously, some consolidation is needed. We are way, way, way above the high-low MMA, which is good. I do think a short-term, downtrend is likely and nothing to be, you know, afraid about. It's definitely, I'm calling it now, we may see a small downtrend just to correct where we are on the 4-hour, maybe coming down to like $6,600, $6,500, no, $6,650, you know, around only $80 or $90 leaving the market, and then eventually moving back up and conquering point E, and then we'll take it from there. But E is definitely the next point, and it looks like where Bitcoin is trying to head to. Lastly, of the blue chip cryptos, I'm looking at Ethereum, which definitely is an interesting coin at that. You guys can see it has consolidated further, and we did actually retest the downtrend, and believe it or not, we broke through, which is very interesting. You can see the market is kind of unsure of how to take that right now. You can see we did blast through it, but we're kind of in this consolidation, not sure where to go point. I think just another day or two of consolidation on this daily chart, and we should kind of see a run bringing us up to around that $350 level for Ethereum. I do think we need to consolidate up. I think we need to get back to our daily chart. So if we don't reach 350, I definitely see a $300 Ethereum within the near future. So be patient and be aware of that. And then lastly, so I was pretty accurate with XRP. I was not calling a move to 0.8, but or 80 cents, but I was calling a move back down to the high-low MMA. So these are very, very, very secure lines, guys, and you don't want to really, you know, pass those up. So what I'm referring to is yesterday when we kind of broke above and we went to like 50 cents or 55 cents, I was anticipating a drop back down to its high-low middle moving average. And you can see where the price is currently on the daily is extremely overextended, extremely overbought, and I still think truly it's going to pull back down lower because of how overbought it is. Now you guys can see currently that we are at around 56 cents, and we did at some point come back down and retest that, you know, high-low MMA. That is possible, and it did actually happen. You can see that candle. You can see the consolidation that did happen, the retracement back down. It's looking like a cross right now, but that could be a sign that we continue to head down. It's very possible. And I do think that consolidation is needed in XRP. I do think it's way too overextended. The price action that it had was wild, absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully you guys took advantage of that and sold a big position at that 80 cents and then, you know, bought back lower, maybe down at like 45 cents when we go there. It'll happen soon. Otherwise, 49 cents is a good buy too. But I do think it's going to consolidate. I do think it's going to touch back down with its high-low MMA. And that's pretty much going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you like the content, make sure to leave a giant thumbs up, giveaway at 5K, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.